Overcoming failure. I failed out of nursing school, but I'm still a nurse. Keep watching as I go over some of my tools I've used to overcome failure along the years. And we're gonna make some of my favorite smoothies that I like to replace my meals with. Let's get to it. Bonjour, welcome to La Clinique Molière, where we increase awareness and improve the quality of living. I'm Rachel. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I'm also a certified nurse midwife. And on this channel, we talk about women's health, maternal child health, self-development, and lifestyle. Let's get to it. Welcome to our first story time on La Clinique Molière. I'm really excited about story time. To me, it's like a girls' night in or like cocktails with friends. So we're just gonna be chatting. It's really uncut. I'm just gonna go with the flow here. And again, by no means am I an expert in smoothie making. I've just been making and replacing my meals religiously for the past, I don't know, greater than 10 years. I like to replace my meals with at least one smoothie per day. I've been doing that for a long time now, so it's been effective for me. So try it. Replace breakfast, lunch, or dinner and give it a try. See how you like it. Okay, let's get started. So this is Overcoming Failure with La Clinique Molière. It's my success story again, and it's me failing out of nursing school and how I'm still a nurse. So we'll talk about that from the beginning while we make a favorite smoothie. I'll try to share the ingredients as we go and the measurements, but if you don't catch a measurement, don't worry, I'll put it in the description box. Let's get started. So the first smoothie I'll make are probably some of my breakfast options. Now you can have any of these smoothies throughout the day. You don't have to pick one, or breakfast only or lunch only or dinner only. You can have a beet smoothie for dinner, or you can have a beet smoothie for breakfast. It just depends on what your taste is. What do you feel like having? Heavier, lighter, etc. So we're gonna start with one of my favorites. Well, they're all my favorites. But we're gonna start with the beet smoothie. So beets are so important. They're packed with health benefits. They're an essential B vitamin that decreases your risk of stroke, cardiovascular disease. They're high in fiber, iron, and vitamin C. So they pack a punch. I like to do beet smoothies, especially when my menstrual cycle's on and I know my iron level might be low. I like to do my multivitamin, especially if you're gonna miss a multivitamin every day. I get it, but if you're gonna do a multivitamin, at least do it when you have your menstrual cycle like I do, and then also add a beet smoothie daily. So I always wanted to be a nurse. Always wanted to be a nurse, and this is what they look like, by the way. Okay, so I always wanted to be a nurse. Since grade school, as long as I can remember. I've been inspired by caregiving, by just the idea of improving someone else's health and being selfless and, you know, for others. And I don't know, it really got me. And so I've been drawn to nursing for as long as you can remember. My main inspiration for nursing, I would say, has always been my mommy. You know, my mom, an immigrant from Haiti, she was so resilient, so hardworking, always had 2 jobs, night shift, always. And I can remember her always wearing her all white, and she was a certified nurse assistant. She was a CNA. But I always told everybody my mom was a nurse. Oh yeah, she's a nurse. Yeah, she has on all white, you know. Yeah, my mom's a nurse. You know, I was so naive then, and but, you know, and so she's been my main inspiration for nursing, along with my desire to care for others and help them get well. I can remember dressing up as a little girl and pretending to care for others, you know, and pretending they were sick. I was never the one that was sick, by the way. It's like, you're the sick one. Yes, you. Yeah, your leg is broken. Let me help you fix it. So I could always remember being that little girl that wanted to help people and help them get better and get well. And that is still true today. So we all have that dream in us that we've always wanted to be something, or, you know, go somewhere or aspire. And so that dream was placed in us. Okay, so that dream was instilled in us. And, you know, I wonder what your dream is. You know, comment below if you have a dream and to aspire, or if you've already accomplished it, but if it's always been with you since childhood and you couldn't refute it, really. So that led me to move on and continue my studies and pursue nursing. So that was our first smoothie ingredient, which are your beets. Hello. And the next ingredient is going to be pineapples. And so I have a fresh pineapple here, but I also have them fresh, and then I pre-chop them and put them in a freezer, because I like in my beet smoothie for my pineapples to be frozen. It gives us this added frozen smoothie chilled taste, and you won't regret it. So fresh pineapple is great too, but if you put it in the freezer and get that frozen bite, it's just a taste of heaven. Really. Okay, so moving on. So how I went on to college, I was, you know, so excited to get out of the house because it was very strict. Okay. And so I couldn't wait to leave and go off to college. And so that's what I did. I went off from Miami to Tallahassee and started my journey there in nursing school. That was my goal. So I started with the prerequisites and started taking my prerequisites. And so that was the start of my journey. I'm off to Tallahassee. I don't know how to act. Okay. All right. 18 years old. Still a virgin, like really pure, okay? Grew up in a very religious household and couldn't wait to get out of the house, okay? Just so you know, okay? So I'm on campus and again, I don't know how to act, okay? Strict parents that are not with me, okay? And not required to go to church on Sundays, just it's optional at this point. So everything happened on the hill. Okay, everything under the sun happened. There's nothing new under the sun. So everything under the sun happened on the hill. But to say the least, I got into nursing school, and I was so excited about that. And started nursing school, very rigorous. I'm sure you've all heard. Okay, the rumors are true. Okay, your rumors are all true. And nursing school let me have it. So I ended up failing out of nursing school my last semester of nursing. So I was devastated, to say the least. So I don't know how I was going to tell my parents that this dream that I've always had is no longer a reality, and I'm out of nursing school in my last semester after doing over 4 years on a campus to attain this goal, and I'm kicked out of nursing school on the year I'm supposed to graduate. That is my story. So what do I do after failing out of nursing school after 4+ years of nursing and pick up the pieces, okay? So I started out as a unit clerk in a hospital locally in Tallahassee, so I didn't go back home right away. I said, you know what, I'm gonna pick up the pieces. Let me see if I can get a unit clerk job. And I was the best darn unit clerk you'll ever meet. So this is somebody who failed out of nursing school on your last semester when you're supposed to graduate, and you become a unit clerk, not your passion, not what you intended, and you're still pretty darn good at it, and you're the best unit clerk you've ever met. I met a lot of really great unit clerks, so hi to all you dolls out there. But I had fun with it, and I remembered that gratitude is key. So being grateful for the present moment. So that my present moment was being a unit clerk. And so that is one of my keys to success after failure, is being in the present moment and being grateful for what you do have. So I've always woke up finding a reason to be grateful finding something to be grateful for despite the pain, despite the hurt and the disappointment and the failure. And I was always kind and gentle to myself. So you have to be easy about, you know, everything with yourself, okay? Second smoothie we'll be making is a whey protein smoothie. This one's a fun one as well. Now this one's gonna be a meal replacer for me if for breakfast after my workout and for breakfast if I have not had a workout. So if I don't have a workout, I definitely don't want a heavy breakfast. So this one's an easy go-to. The other smoothie we'll be making is an oatmeal smoothie, and this one's so much fun, especially for those of you that do not like to chew their oats in the mornings or chew your oatmeal. This one's an easy go-to and it's fun and tasty. So let's get to it. Let's get back to story time. So I was a darn good secretary, okay, one of the best I know, and I can remember that's what helped me get through my failure, was being in the present moment with my current role. And so wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you have to overcome failure, you have to accept where you are. You have to be kind with yourself and you have to be gentle and accept yourself where you are right now. It's the best way to overcome failure, okay? So that'd be one of my top secrets to overcoming failure. Another thing I like to do is gratitude as well. So just being grateful, finding something. I know it hurts, I know it's painful, I know you want to know why this happened, and you know there's so much regret, there's so much disappointment, and you feel like failure is the end of the world. But remember, failure is a necessary ingredient to success. So that's another thing I like to do. So gratitude, knowing that failure is making me such a better version of myself and preparing me for the success. So that's one of my other secrets of getting through and overcoming failure. Okay. I went on, after being a unit clerk, I had enough credits and had enough schooling that I was able to challenge the LPN test. So I was not going to give up my goal. So that dream, we talked about that dream that is instilled in you, whatever you desire, desires you. So remember that whatever you desire, desires you too. So continue to take steps forward towards the dream. If you have it, if it's still longing, it's not going to go away. So I would say go ahead and go for it. So I had enough credits. So I had enough credits to challenge the LPN exam. I know this is, again, I was almost gonna graduate. So I had enough RN credits to challenge the LPN test or board exam. And I was like, I'm doing it. So that was step number one, not giving up. Like resilience is another ingredient to success. So I was like, I'm not giving up. This is one of my dreams. It's a passion of mine, and I'm not giving up on it. So not giving up was a very important key. So I challenged the LPN board exam and I passed. So I became an LPN, which was great. And again, accepting yourself where you are. So originally I went for RN, but I was so happy and so grateful that I was able to take a step towards that goal and become an LPN. So I became an LPN. I went back to Miami to practice, and I was the best on LPN. So another moment of being present and in the moment. So I know what the end goal is, but I'm accepting myself where I'm at. So that's my secret for you. Okay. So end goal versus where you are now. Keep your eye on the prize. Yum. So I practiced as an LPN in Miami for a little bit before I decided, you know what? I have this dream. It was given to me and I'm going to pursue it. So I literally went back to nursing school to be an RN again. And that was what I did. And I went back to school. I started over. Some credits I got, but for the most part, I started over from scratch and to pursue my nursing degree that I felt out. Remember, last semester I was going to graduate, so I started all over, taking classes over in Miami and took the classes that were able to transfer. So I started over, started taking my nursing classes, and I had my eye on the prize. I was able to see the end from where I was. And so I went through another rigorous course of study to get to this goal. So I was overcoming obstacles, overcoming failure one day at a time. So I started taking classes and determined to get to the end. Again, seeing the end from the beginning, or seeing the end from where I was. So I ended up passing and graduating, finishing all of my courses and credits. And wouldn't you believe, I graduated and I passed my RN boards, and I was able to practice as an RN. So I was really excited about that. It was my associate's degree though. So it was a 2-year degree as an RN, but I was able to advance from LPN to RN with that. And then I didn't stop there. I went ahead and continued my courses and continued my nursing school and went on for the bachelor degree in nursing. So I kept on going. So I went from the 2-year to the 4-year and took those classes. Okay, I'm still in Miami now. And so exciting because I'm like, okay, I made it. I'm getting closer and closer to my goal. And then I completed my BSN course, my bachelor's course, and then I went on to my master's, and that's where I am today. I went to University of Miami and completed my family nurse practitioner, and then I went to Frontier and completed the certified nurse midwifery. So that is my success story from failure. So failing out of nursing school and still making it a success. So failing out of nursing school and still becoming a nurse. So that's how I got to where I am today. And most importantly, I was able to acknowledge how I feel and to set realistic, measurable goals for where I wanted to be. And I didn't let failure stop me, because I remembered, and I always reminded myself that failure was necessary in order for me to be a success, and it would make me the best darn version of myself that there is. So those are some of my tips. I would highly recommend some of those tips as you traverse, especially if you're experiencing any failure or any obstacles. It was over a 10-year journey for me, from falling out of nursing school to getting here today. So never give up. Resilience is key. And keeping the goal, the passion, the dream, that's what should drive you. And that's what has driven me this whole time. A great way to focus on the end goal that I've used in my daily practice is to have a vision board and also scripting. For as long as I could remember, before I knew the benefits and the effectiveness of a vision board or scripting, I would always write out my goals. I was a huge planner, and so I would always write out my goals. Despite where I was in the present moment, I would write out where I wanted to be. So I would always write out, isn't it wonderful and grateful now that I have, passed the board exam, or, wherever you want to be. So whatever that means to you, isn't it wonderful and grateful, or I'm so happy and grateful now that. So you're writing out your goals, and I've always written out my goals for as long as I could remember. And then vision board. So I've had midwifery and being a nurse and practitioner on my vision board for so many years, even before when I was a unit clerk. So I would highly recommend you start that practice today. Writing out what your goals are. Writing is very powerful. And then, or you could put I am a whatever the goal is, and then seeing it every day on your vision board. So magazines, if you don't have it already, get a magazine and start making your vision board. It's so powerful. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Oh, the places you'll go. That does it for this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and comment below if there's anything that you think you could benefit from, or if any of it resonated with you. Thank you for sharing this video. It definitely increases awareness and improves the quality of living and gets the word out. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss another video. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.